And chitty up. Feeling great. Bow. And step back with your right leg. And so we had worked on low block, going into a front stance low block. You know, its counter block is a high block. And so with the low block, you come high, your wrist twins, and you chop down. High block, you come low, your wrist twists, and you block over your head. You want your fist to come out to the outside edge of your head, and you want the block to frame you at a slight angle. This is the block point. So you start low and block. Start low and block. Maybe watch, start low and block. Very nice, start low and block. So I'm going to add a little step to it. We're here, we block. And now we're going to take that walking step and block using critical timing. Let's do just one more.
Sure.
Step forward and block. That's good. And now we're going to step back and block. And one more time. Step back and block. Very nice. Ready position and rest easy. So it's great training for using some of the stuff we did in a self-defense drill. Let me grab the paddles. So now we're just going to totally loosen up. You're going to face me to start it out, okay? And just being loose, looser, looser, looser. I'm going to drop down on your head, and you're going to high block, okay? And I'm going to come right for the top of your head. Now, the better you get, the faster and the harder I'm going to swing at you, right? Because I want you to actually develop blocking skills. You could alternate arms. Ooh, you see? Boom, that was a nice one. Okay, let's try again. One more. Good, good, good. Your turn. Don't go too far away from me.
I was
okay,
observing.
that's good. Okay, so just stand neutral, loosen up, and I'm going to come very easy. Good, okay.
This way.
And drop, and you're just blocking up. Okay, a little bit higher. Boom, nice one. Yeah, exactly, right?
We get
Boom.
fancy now.
Let's hit the other side.
Sounds
okay.
good.
Okay, again. Good. One more time. Very nice. Okay. So now we're going to be using some of the kicks, right? But one of the keys of self-defense and any kind of fighting is to be able to remain calm, to focus on your breath, be still, and not let the monkey talk to you too much, going, oh my God, I'm going to be attacked, right? You just want to go kind of empty mind, focus on your breathing. And as we accelerate the drill, you'll notice that your monkey is going to want to chat, okay? And I will bring it to a slightly elevated level. But we'll start off nice and easy, loosen up, totally loose. And I'm going to aim at your head, and then you're going to front kick. Good, good, good. And aim at your head, and you're going to back up every single time a little bit so we keep our distance good, okay?
Yes, sir.
Aim at your head. Okay, and back up now. It's good. Loosen up. Oh, I didn't give you the target yet. Whoa. Back up. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to come to the other side. Let me see you block with your other hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And kick. Good. Okay. Here we go. Block and kick. Good. And block. Kick. Hiya! And a yell this time. Hut!
Hey! Hiya!
Hut!
Hiya!
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 Very nice, sir. Good job. You felt what I was talking about, right?
I did feel what you're talking about.
The monkey wants to go, yeah. Okay, you're up with me. So we're just going to start nice and easy, block, kick, okay?
Sounds good.
We come in and block, and you're going to front kick counter. If you need to step into me, go ahead. That was a good one. Okay, let's accelerate. Here we go. You can yell. Ha! Ho! 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 Ho!
There we go.
There it is.
Yes.
Ho!
Ha!
Ho!
Ha!
Nice job, man. Good work. Okay?
One of the things I'm noticing out of this drill with Amy is that there's definitely a ferocity that comes out when you use the key up. So this is in real life, in real time, what the purpose of that accelerated breath coming out. We're going to do a lot of self-defense techniques in this lesson, and we're going to do that right now.
Chiriot. Kyungre. Sir.
All right. So now we have basic techniques. We've got basic punches, blocks, some footwork, basic kicks. We've also done some pre-organized forms, the Hyung Chunji, which we've gotten all the way through. That's a wonderful form. Now it's time for self-defense techniques, the heart and soul of any martial art. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you could get into self-defense. I recommend we do it one step at a time rather than just free fighting. So Master Dave is going to take us there one step at a time.
With a drill called one steps. In any kind of combat situation, the most important thing is to remain calm. Focus on your breathing and try to stop the monkey from talking to you, right? Just breathe, relax, and you'll be much more effective. You'll be able to move much more smoother. So we're going to start off in a low block position, front stance, making eye contact with a theoretical attacker, okay? Our job is just going to be to step and punch to start, okay? So we're going to kiai and punch. 1, aya, aya. And then we're going to bring it back to low block position. 2, aya, aya. Punch, good. Back. And we're actually signaling our partner. 3, aya. Good, we'll do one more. And 4, aya. Good, and end it, rest easy. And now we'll go work with our partner on this. So we, attention, and we bow, okay? And you're gonna go into low block position for me.
Okay.
Okay? It's my responsibility as the defender to judge my distance, right? I'm in ready position. The first technique I'm gonna use is a front kick. And I'm gonna step to the inside, I'm gonna angle with his body, and then I'll counter with a kick. So slow motion, David Dorian, step and punch. I'm gonna step outside, really watching my distance. Aya! Kick. Hold it out for me. Also can kick to the groin, solar plexus. Sir, back. So again, it's all about me understanding the distance. Aya! 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 And stepping and countering. Sir, nice job. So I'm going to teach the two of you to do that together.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good? Okay, so, sir.
Sir.
Always show respect with a bow. You're in low block position. You're in ready position. You're going to be judging your distance, and it probably should, I probably won't get it exactly right the first time. But, most of any kind of fighting, one step or anything, is about distance, right? You can't hit what's not there. So we always want to be very conscious of what our distance is. So you're going to step and punch, kind of slow motion. You're going to step off to your right angle, and then front kick counter. And maybe a little too close, right? Maybe.
Okay.
Right?
It's whatever you say. Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. So we're going to bring it back.
I got to shave twice today.
Yeah, I know it, exactly, right? And you're going to bring it back. Okay, and I'm going to have you back up maybe just 2 inches like that.
Sounds
Okay?
good.
And you're going to slow motion punch, and you're going to kind of slow motion step off and kick. Good. And you can start letting the kicks go if you'd like. wherever you want to go, okay? Good, 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 exactly. We'll bring it back, and you're in low block position.
Now, maybe just make one comment here. One of the reasons why Dave is talking about distance here, if you are working with a partner, it's always much better to give yourself a lot of wide distance to begin with. You don't have to get close. You don't have to try to hit the target until you've really gotten comfortable with the positioning of the body. So I always recommend when working with a target, safety is the #1 concern there. So back up, give yourself an extra half step, and then practice the counter to the technique.
Sir, low block. And now, you're going to talk, but not talk. You're going to look him in the eye with combat spirit. You're looking back at her with combat spirit. Can you feel it?
Sir.
Just the contact. Ma'am, can you feel it?
Yes.
Good, okay. You're going to kiai for him to punch. Aya! It's an aggressive. You counter with a kiai, step, punch. and you begin to move your timing, distance, and counter kick ki. Okay? Okay?
You want it
I'm
wide.
going to have you step over here,
Thank you.
and you're going to watch me.
Ayo! Ayo!
Ayo! Sir.
Sir.
Okay?
You want one kick. Thank you.
And kind of on the accelerated. Really accelerate your kick.
Okay. Yeah!
Ayo!
Ha!
Nice job. And bow. And now we're going to move on to side kick, one of the other kicks we practiced. A few things to remember when we're doing it is we always want to aim with the bone on our hip. Keep our oblique tight, and then fire that kick off with the sword of our foot. In one step, what that'll look like is, sir, and low block position, sir.
Sir.
Okay? And again, I'm going to judge my own distance. I know my kicking distance for side kick, I need a little bit more room because of my leg length. Okay, we're going to go slow motion first time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ayo! Ayo!
I'm going to step out. Notice it's very much like a triangle step. And right now, I'm actually with this foot judging my distance. I'm going to chamber that foot up. I'm aiming, chamber, kick back, and then stepping down. Okay, sir, low block position. Ayo!
Ayo!
Ayo! Let's do one more with me. Ayo!
Ayo!
Ayo! Sir.
Sir.
And so,
David Dorian, would you like a chance to train?
I would love a chance to train, which means I get a chance to kick on Amy.
okay, so you're going to be here.
Start the same way?
Very nice. Yeah. Slow motion first, though.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you get your distance down. Go ahead.
Or I could go first.
Sorry. I'm waiting for your yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So this is something we haven't talked about a lot. There is a lot of intensity in martial arts. Obviously, we're about to almost kick each other or punch each other. Having a good attitude, having an attitude of friendship, maybe even lightheartedness, is a hallmark of a really good training process. If there's too much intensity and never in anger, never in a sense of revenge, or I'm going to get back at them. Everything is always done with the best of intentions, and everything is always with two people knowing that you need your partner to be able to learn the lesson. So I want to take care of her. She wants to take care of me. Master Dave is taking care of both of us. And that is something you want to look for when you go out and study martial arts yourself. So one more time. I'm ready. You be in low block. And I go, "Ayah!" So I'm going to take a step out. Chamber, side kick. Is that
Make
more or
sure,
less?
make sure that you point your hip bone exactly at the spot where you want to hit her, and your foot will follow that point.
Got it. Let's try that again. Ayah!
Excellent. And then from there, you just pick up the intensity a little bit. You start talking to each other.
Small bit.
Okay.
Ayah!
This time I'm going to have you yell right before you punch, right after he signals you to attack.
So before, when I'm in a low block,
Right.
and I'm here,
And I'll
Right.
say, ayah!
and I say, yeah!
Right. Nice job. And now you still have to do 3 or 4 up to speed, right?
All right,
You ready?
I am ready. Ayah!
Yeah!
Figuring that distance out.
Ayah!
Yeah!
Much better. 2 more.
2 more, yes, sir. Ayah!
Yeah!
Last one, best one, and I want you carrying on the kick also.
Sir.
Look her right in the eye. Talk to her.
Ayah!
Yeah!
Ayah!
Excellent, sir. Very nice job. And so there's an energetic side to training in Taekwondo, the method that I learned in Taekwondo, where like I'm looking at you right? I'm here, right? When you're ready to go, like go to ready position, right? I'm looking right at you, and you're like yelling at me,
Ayo!
right? And I'm looking at you, oh, right? Can you feel the energy when I did it, right?
Lots of energy coming forward.
Lots of energy. And so an aspect of it is you're actually learning how to deal with that and not being fearful of that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we're going to take this energy and move it forward into even more different techniques, and that's coming up right now.
And chitty up. Great. And we're going to go right into horse riding stance again. Nice low horse riding stance. Left hand comes up, and we're going to punch. 1,
Ayo!
2,
Ayo!
3.
Ayo!
And now we're going to punch 3 times completely to the 1 count. 1,
Ay!
2,
Ayo!
3.
Ayo!
And end it. And so for our next one step, we're going to apply that technique. I think I'll use you, David Dorian,
Sir.
at least to start with, and bow in and low block position. Again, I'm going to measure my distance, and this time as he punches, step forward and punch, I'm going to want to step out and be equal distance with both feet to his feet. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to hit solar plexus, throat, face with a triple punch. So it's an evasive move followed by 3 punches. Okay. Ayo!
Ayo!
1, 2, 3. Okay. Low block position. Ayo!
Ayo!
Ayo! Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, why don't you take my place?
Okay.
And always bow in, show respect for each other.
I think I'll have a little more distance than you had, just for safety. All right. Yeah.
Ayo!
Yeah.
Good, good start. 2 more times.
Okay. Yeah.
Ayo!
Good. 1 more time, just kind
Now I
of
need
loosen
a-
up, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Ayo!
Good. Okay, now we're going to
Now
add
I
something,
need
okay?
a-
You're doing
yes,
good.
please
You're doing
add.
very well, okay? So now what I'm going to have you do is you're in your ready position, and as he begins his punch and you begin your step, you're going to pull this hand down into the pocket, okay? And then as he punches, you're going to be using that critical timing to punch, right? So you're here, as the punch comes out, you begin your step, and you punch as this heel hits. Yeah, you got it. Ayo! Ayo! Sir,
Sir,
okay.
All right.
once again, just let me draw your attention to, even in the midst of this intensity, he's really literally coming about an inch away from my face, but always with control. Again, we advise people who are just beginning to have much more distance. Amy is really backing up a little bit. But all the attitude is one of friendship, one of lightheartedness. You don't ever want to get yourself caught up in the intensity so that it tips over into another emotion. Fun, happiness, friendship, that's the emotion that you want for this.
So this hand
How's
is
that?
staying at my side, and this hand is striking first.
No, it's going to come into the pocket, and then as you step, you punch. Right.
Okay. Thank you. We'll keep working it out. Thank
That's
you.
it.
Yeah.
Ayo!
That was excellent timing. Okay. Excellent. So just keep
see if
working
we
with
can
it. Don't forget to breathe.
duplicate
Loosen up. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Ayo!
2 more.
I need to be closer to you. That's what's missing. Yeah.
Ayo!
I was a little
Good.
too close.
1 more. Last one, best one. Nice loud ki.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ayo!
Yeah.
Nice job. And switch. Let's just switch right where you're standing.
Okay, so I'm starting in a low block for you.
And so when she steps forward, I will be stepping
So she's going to step forward. You're going to step here.
a step.
1, 2, 3. Good.
Maybe, do you want me to do it once slow so you can see your timing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aya.
Yeah, pretty good. Go into a full horse riding stance. So you just kind of drop right into it. 1, 2, 3.
Aya.
Yeah.
Good. Good. I want you to do 3 more now. And I want you to kiai on your last counter.
Sir. Aya.
Yeah.
Aya.
See, that was excellent. That really was excellent, David Dorian. 2 more.
2 more. Aya.
Yeah.
Aya.
Excellent. 1 more. Last one, best one.
Get that intensity you were talking
Yeah,
about.
but try not to break the mic.
Aya.
Yeah.
Aya.
Excellent. Very nice, both you guys. And bow in this way. And bow. Sir.
Awesome. So now we've got some techniques behind it. I can see the punches that we've learned before. But how do we train to really get contact?
Well, by making contact, by hitting things like shields, and also by breaking wood, which is the highlight of many people's and the scariest part of many people's martial arts beginning training.
Now, I have to say that I brought this up deliberately because this is actually a hallmark of Taekwondo. Maybe even more so than many other martial arts, although, as Master Dave points out, a lot of martial arts include board breaking. But in Taekwondo, this is a hallmark of the demonstrations, of the training. It's especially required on the tests for advancement in this style. So board breaking is actually something I have not done before. So this is a brand new thing for me.
You've never broken a board?
No, sir.
Amy, have you ever broken a board?
No.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're both going to break with a hand and a foot.
Okay.
Okay. Sound good?
Can't wait.
Can't wait. How about you? Can't wait?
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Are you sweating yet?
I am sweating a little.
Very nice. Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to have you kneel on one knee and just hold the board with 2 hands. And I'm going to have you come over here.
Okay.
No, you just find exactly where you are. Okay. And I'm not going to break the wood. I'm just going to demonstrate how to break the wood.
How do I want to hold it with my...
That's good. Doesn't matter because you're not going to get it. Okay? Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is break with a hammer fist. It's the best thing that I know of to start off breaking with. And what you want to do is you want to turn your hand back and up. You want to come up, lift your danjun. You want to kiai and drop your center, your danjun, and break and go all the way through. If you hit the wood and bounce off of it, it stings. Sometimes a lot, and you're not going to want to hit it a second time. So one more time. Power side back. Lift, let the fist turn, drop your center, and strike. Okay?
All right.
Who's first?
David Dorian.
I guess that means I'm going first. Yes, sir.
Okay, so ma'am, you're going to be here with me,
Okay.
facing me. And, oh, you know what we're going to do? You're going to come over here.
Okay.
That way the viewers can watch David,
See how amazing it is.
see how amazing it is, okay? So you're weighting the bottom and holding the corner, okay? And maybe just a slight little fraction of a tip towards him. And sir, make a nice tight fist, okay? And lift all the way up and without hesitation all the way through. Ah! That was a beautiful break, sir. A beautiful first
Seriously,
break.
the first time I've ever done that. All right,
Very
your
nice.
turn.
Oh, gosh.
Somebody want to grab me another piece of wood?
Yes.
Beautiful job.
Thank you, sir.
Does it matter which hand?
Your power hand. Or not. It doesn't matter.
Kidding.
But yeah, okay. Okay,
right,
a
so-
little bit lower on your part. Yeah, good, good, good. Maybe a little bit lower. Okay. So go ahead. Don't break first time. Let me just see you go through the motion. Tight, tight hand. Higher. Lift it up higher and turn it away from me. No, just like at your elbow, rotate your fist backward. Like, other way. There you go. And then as you strike, you turn into it and strike down with a very tight fist. And you see why we angle it a little bit? Notice right here. Okay? Okay, ma'am. Whenever you're ready, lift all the way up.
gosh.
Loud kiai, break all the way through.
Kiai!
Woo! Another beautiful, beautiful break.
That's beautiful. So there you have it. That is a way of practice. there's a commitment required to breaking the board that is far beyond hitting a pad, far beyond just punching in air. And it's that commitment which all martial arts ask you to develop if you're really going to fight. Self-defense, just protecting yourself, or if you want to take this into sparring, that commitment is something that you absolutely need. It's the first time. Sir?
Congratulations,
thank
sir.
you so
Beautiful
much.
break. And I know that you have a axe kick break on an up-and-coming test. So, you know me, I have to call you on it.
So I'm going to be trying this.
Now you're not going to try it. You're going to actually do it. Where's my partner to hold?
I'm here.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to have you over here,
Okay.
and you're facing me again. And we're coming up. And sir, remember, you want your foot to end up here. And when you kick, you want to lift your foot, not just over the top. You want to lift above it and then power down. Exactly, just like that, sir. Loud ki to start. Hi-ya! Congratulations, you just earned your belt, kid.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Sir, beautiful break.
I would not encourage people to try this with a partner who has not done Taekwondo before, but this is an excellent opportunity to go down to your local dojo, find a good teacher, and let them take you to this point. And trust me, the sense of satisfaction that you get out of that is unbeatable.
Exhilarating, isn't it,
Exhilarating.
you two?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, you want to bow us out?
Sure. And cheerio. And congrats. Thank you very much.
One of the most unique aspects of Chinese martial arts, like Shaolin Kung Fu and Tai Chi, is their use of standing meditation. Standing meditation is used for mental training and also for training the internal energy. This is what's known as standing meditation, and it involves a certain kind of posture so that the internal energy, which we call the qi, can move freely and harmoniously throughout the body and give the body lots of life and strength and power for their martial techniques. Very often, the first place to start learning about standing meditation is to get in touch with this posture. So this is a great place for us to start too. If you want to join me, if you haven't already stood up out of your chair, why don't you come with me now and we'll just stand facing each other like this. Feet about shoulder width apart already. Knees slightly soft. Hips slightly soft. Head floating up, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. And then take a nice deep breath and let it all go. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the waist here. Let it all just be heavy. Then the hands float up in front and round out in front of you like you're wrapping your arms around a big tree. In fact, this position is called standing like a tree. Now, let me just kind of go through some very simple characteristics of this standing like a tree position. The toes are pointing straight forward, although if they're slightly turned out because that's a comfortable posture for you, that's nothing wrong with that. The knees are soft so that the whole body can sit slightly as though you're about to sit down on a tall stool. But like sitting down in a tall stool, you don't want to tense up in the hips or the buttocks like this. You wouldn't do that if you were actually sitting down. Everything would in fact be relaxed, just like you're about to sit. The upper body here is also relaxed. And then if you are making this big round circle in front of you here, it reaches out slightly, and in doing so, draws your chest into a little bit of a hollow right there. The head floats up. And here I always tell my students, there's so many ways of describing this, so many ways of practicing this. The best way I found is to think of yourself looking down your nose at some point in the distance. So the head is kept tall, the neck straight, and then look down your nose, and that'll straighten out the back of your head and your neck in this way. Now, very important, the tip of the tongue comes to the roof of the mouth, lightly touching the upper palate just behind the teeth, and then will stay there during the course of your standing meditation, which can last anywhere from a minute to literally 2 hours. My teacher always encourages me to do an hour of standing like this every day. I'm still working on it. Underneath all of the different martial arts, and in particular the Chinese martial arts, is a theory of an inner energy, that real martial technique goes beyond the strength of your body, the size and power of your muscles, or the speed of your technique, and relies instead on an inner energy which we call the qi. Now, here's a simple bowl of rice, because in Chinese language, the character for qi is a picture of a pot of rice. Inside the character, you can see the grains of rice, and you can also see steam rising out of the top of the pot, which tells us that not only is qi nourishing like food, it's also hot and steamy, vaporous. And you can kind of think of your whole body as like a steam engine, and all of your martial techniques running on the engine of that steam. Now, the word for the practice of nurturing this qi energy is called qi gong. Gong meaning work is the Chinese word for work or practice. So qi gong is a kind of exercise that many people do for a variety of reasons, not only martial arts. In fact, there are 3 different aspects of qigong practice. We have what we call the medical qigong, which is for the purpose of health and vitality and longevity. We have spiritual qigong, which is for the purpose of raising your consciousness, of improving or increasing the vibration of your energy until it matches the energy of heaven. And finally, martial qigong, where you are harnessing the energy of your body and your life in order to give more power to your punches and kicks and more protection to the body itself. Many martial artists have devoted entire lives to just the practice of the qigong portion of their martial arts, thinking that it would be even more beneficial than practicing their kicks and punches. In fact, there is one style of martial arts called yichuan, meaning mental martial arts or mental boxing, which is all about the meditation of circulating and developing the qi, harnessing this energy, and that's all the practice they do. They don't even practice kicks and punches or fighting stances or anything, but their interactive sparring is very devastating. In the practice of qigong, as a part of this program, we want to take a look at how we can get more energy into the different martial arts that we practice. So we're going to take a look at some different styles of qigong. We're going to learn some meditations of qigong, and in particular, we're going to try to get the feeling of the energy moving around our body. One of the most popular forms of qigong, and they're called meditations. Qigong exercises are called meditations. One of the most popular forms is known as the 8 pieces of brocade. A brocade meaning a precious section of fabric like silk or embroidered material, and very valuable. And so these are 8 exercises done in succession, and each one is so valuable to your health, your longevity, and to your martial ability. In fact, the 8 pieces of brocade are said to have been invented by a Chinese general, General Yue Fei, who lived around the 12th to 13th century AD. And his army was an undefeatable army, in part because he invented this daily routine of exercise that not only kept their bodies healthy and ready for battle, but also their inner energy, their qi, moving around so that they were actually even more devastating than the other army. In this exercise, which we're going to do together, the important thing is to think about circulating the qi around the body. This is actually how qigong works, how it has its effect. All parts of your body, from your toes through your legs and body, the top of your head and the ends of your fingers are supposed to be filled with continually circulating qi. But qi gets sluggish, qi gets stagnant. We sit too much. We have the same kind of unhealthy habits. And so we have to stimulate it in some way to move and circulate. And that's what Qigong exercises are for. This particular form of Qigong exercise, this meditation, is fairly simple because it stays in one spot more or less. There are some side-to-side movements, a lot of up and down movements, some movements that go forward or backwards. And I'm going to lead you through this. So if you haven't already done so, why don't you stand up and face me, and we'll do this together. If I go in one direction and you go in another direction, again, it's not that important. The important thing is to get a sense of the continuous motion of the qi energy. So let's start here. Hands by your sides, feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward. A little smile never hurt anybody. Breathe in and breathe out. We begin, as we do with many different exercises, by sinking the qi. The arms float up and around to the outside. Palms scoop into the center, right into the center of the body, and press all the way down. One more time. Breathe in, gather in, breathe out. Now, stay with me. At the bottom here, both hands turn palm up, the fingers pointing towards each other, and then the hands float up the center line of the body. Around chest high, they rotate to turn the palms to the sky and reach out overhead. Now, in this position here, with my hands reaching straight up overhead, I'm looking up at my hands, or actually between the space between my fingers and thumbs. Then I look forward, and then I release and come all the way down. Right? Once again, I repeat, the hands turn palm up, and they draw up the front of the body. Now, this is a long inhalation. I'm still inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Fingers turn up to the, still inhaling, all the way up, look up between the fingers, hold the breath and the posture, then look forward and exhale, breathing out all the way down, all the way down. Now, if you want, you can actually bend your knees a little bit, soften here, interlace the fingers, there's another variation. Breathe in, all the way up, palms rotating to the heavens. And this is called holding up the heavens like a pillar. Look forward, release, all the way down one more time. Breathe in, hold, look forward, breathe out. We won't sink down this time because we're going to reverse the arms and sink the qi and go on to the next movement. Beautiful. Now, stay with me as we take a little bit wider step out to the side, about double shoulder width here, and the hands float up in front, round out, scoop down, and bend the knees, sitting down, crossing the wrists, and then floating back up again. One hand makes an arrow with the index finger extended, the rest of the fingers curled in. The other hand pulls the bow back across the chest and sit down. Now, this is very important. The eyes are active here, and I am looking, I'm turning my chin to look down the length of my arm, down the arrow, out to the side here. Then release the bow. Lean over. Coming back up, cross the hands again. The other hand makes the arrow, and this hand draws the bow as I look down. The breath is definitely involved here. Breathe in to gather in. All together, extending, pulling, and sinking. Breathe out. And this is called drawing the bow to shoot the vulture. The vulture representing disease, old age, and death. So we shoot the vulture with the energy of our life. Last time, reaching on out, floating back up, bringing the feet back together, hands float down, and we go back to the beginning, sinking the qi to end that particular brocade and start the next one. Once again, the hands turn palm up, and they both float up towards the center. One hand turns palm down, the other hand turns palm up towards the sky, and separate out in opposite directions. One hand reaching way up towards the heaven, one hand pressing down towards the earth, and this is in fact called penetrating heaven and earth. Then both hands float back to the center again, back to the middle. The opposite hand now turns up towards heaven and reach in two directions, right? Stretching out, the fingers of both hands pointing in towards the midline. Breathe in to the center. Breathe out to the extremes. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Then breathe into the center. Both hands press down. And back to the beginning, sinking the chi to mark the end of that third piece of brocade. The fourth piece of brocade is called the wise owl looks behind. Open up your chest by turning your hand's palm out, then turn the head as far as you can turn. When you've turned the head as far as you can turn, you turn your shoulders as far as they can turn, and then finally turn the hips, and by this time you can look all the way behind you. Return in the opposite direction, so your hips come back first, then your shoulders, then your head, and relax your chest. Open and breathe in, turning the head, the shoulders, the hips. Breathe out, returning the hips, then the shoulders, then the head. One more time. Open up, turn head, shoulders, and hips, and come back, breathing out to the center. One more time, sinking the chi to mark the end. And that's halfway through the 8 pieces of brocade. That's 4 pieces of brocade. Gives you a good sense of this particular kind of standing meditation called the 8 pieces of brocade, something that martial artists often practice in order to get their chi strong on the inside. So, how does Qigong prepare the martial artist for fights? Well, the theory is that underneath all of the martial techniques is this inner energy, because it's really the Qi that does everything. The Qi makes things move. The Qi fills your punches and kicks with power. But then what happens if you don't have Qi in the correct position? If you don't have Qi in the fists and the feet, or in the body if you're trying to protect yourself? And the reason for this is that, as we've said before, because of lifestyle, because of different bad habits, because of the way that we eat, the way that we stand, the way that we sit, the Qi gets blocked. It gets bottlenecked. It gets stuck in the body. And so Qigong is a practice of opening up the channels for the Qi to circulate around the human body so that it gets to all the parts of the body and will be there when you need it as a martial artist. This circulation actually follows a very specific pathway. Now, there's lots of pathways throughout the body. These are called the acupuncture meridians, or Jingluo in Chinese. And they go everywhere. They go all throughout, the legs and the body, the torso, the head even, the arms and fingers especially. But there is one particular pathway that the Qi is flowing around that's up and down the spine. This is the primary conduit of the Qi energy. And the full circulation of the Qi throughout this spine, up and down the front and up the back, is called the microcosmic orbit. Now, the microcosmic orbit is a fundamental Qigong meditation, and it's so basic that all 3 aspects of Qigong, martial Qigong, medical Qigong, and spiritual Qigong, all share this particular kind of meditation, this particular kind of Qigong. It's always happening. It's always being aware of and conscious in the mind of the martial artist, in the background of his movements, that I am circulating the Qi throughout so that it's where I need it when I want it. The microcosmic orbit involves a very relaxed kind of meditation in which you are using your breath, your posture, and most of all, your imagination to visualize the Qi flowing through this conduit up and down the spine and through very specific points, which we might call gateways. In the yoga tradition, we call them chakras, wheels where energy passes through. And so the microcosmic orbit meditation is about visualizing one by one these gateways, these points, and the Qi flowing through them, guiding it very specifically and very deliberately down the front of the spine, up the back, over the top, and around again. So I want to invite you to learn this meditation with me. Even though this meditation is not used for fighting as a fighting tactic, it is how fighting becomes effective. It is how your martial techniques go beyond the strength of your body and the speed of your technique, but into something more internal and powerful. So, find someplace comfortable. We're going to do this sitting rather than standing because there's a lot going on in this meditation, and it's kind of, be kind to yourself. Let yourself be relaxed. So go ahead and find a chair, or as I'm doing, sitting on a stack of mats on a stool. All works very well, so that your feet are flat on the floor, your feet are separated, your hands are, I usually like to put them palm up right on top of my knees here. The head floats up, just like we talked about before. My spine is straight. I'm going to let my chest hollow just a little bit by extending my arms out in front slightly. The tip of the tongue comes to the roof of the mouth and lightly touches the upper palate, and here's the reason why. This pathway, the microcosmic orbit, will start right here at the lower palate, the lower lip, travel down the front of the body all the way to the perineum. And then that front channel, which we call the functional channel, ends. And the second channel, which we call the governor channel, begins and comes from the perineum up the back and over the top of the head, down past the forehead to the upper lip, the upper palate, and then you have a gap right here in between the upper and lower palate. And so the tongue at the roof of the mouth provides the bridge between those 2 points. And so then you have a very powerful and continuous loop, a loop or an orbit, and in this case, the microcosmic orbit. Now, you might even want to close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice, allowing yourself to make a picture in your mind as I describe the different points through which the energy is traveling. Close your eyes, breathe in deeply, and breathing out all the way, just release and relax. Breathe in again, filling up the lower abdomen with air, expanding it like a big balloon, and then just allow the balloon to naturally contract and empty, breath coming out. One more time, breathe in deeply. And breathing out all the way, you might even just sigh a little bit. Very nice. Now imagine at the lower lip, the lower palate, a small dot of energy, a small ball, a wheel, a little spiral of energy. You can think of it as a particular color if you like, red or blue, something that will really stick out in your mind. Imagine the energy beginning at this point, growing and coalescing, becoming more active and alive, right there at the lower palate. Now visualize the energy descending. Right at the base of your throat, or we might call the throat chakra or the throat acupuncture point, is the next gateway through which the energy must pass. So begin to visualize that point of energy circling around, gathering at the throat point. Your throat should begin to feel more relaxed, more open, the breath easier to come in and out. You might even be able to swallow more easily. Any congestion in your throat will begin to clear up. Your throat will warm, perhaps, as the energy begins to coalesce. If you can imagine it, then you can feel it. And then there's a connection between the lower palate and the throat as the energy flows from one to the next. Next is the heart chakra, the heart acupuncture point, the heart gateway, right in the center of your chest. So think of it as a line right down the length of your spine, never straying from side to side, but going completely vertical. So in the center of your chest, you can visualize this point of light or this feeling of energy, this ball of chi beginning to coalesce and grow and get more active. The heart warms, the chest expands, the breath comes more easily. You feel mellow, You feel happy. You feel love in the heart. And then there's a connection from the lower palate through the throat down to the heart chakra. And you can visualize this energy connected all the way down to the center of your chest. Next is the solar plexus, right down at the base of your rib cage, right in the middle of your body, right where you don't want to get a gut punch, solar plexus. And here again, there's a gathering place for energy, so you begin to feel something starting to awaken, something starting to coalesce, something starting to grow, whether it's a ball of energy, a point of light, a feeling, something that's getting bigger and more active, warmer, growing, and then connecting from the lower palate through the throat, down to the heart, down into the solar plexus, a continuous line of energy. Down past the solar plexus is another point of energy called the lower dantian. The dantian, which means basically a gathering point, and this one is about an inch underneath your belly button, beneath your navel. So if you can imagine this, think about a point just below your belly button that's beginning to gather energy. You begin to feel that small circle, whether it's red or blue or white or orange, whatever color you feel is vibrant in your mind, growing, circling, turning around like a wheel. As this grows, you begin to feel the connection of the energy from your lower lip, through your throat, down through your solar plexus, through your heart first, then the solar plexus, down into the lower dantian. From there, the energy proceeds down into the sexual organs, whether man or woman. There's another energy center there. You can begin to feel the energy connecting. From the throat, down through the heart, down through the solar plexus, the lower dantian, the genitals, and then into the perineum at the base of the spine, straight down from the body, in line with the top of the head. This is the perineum, and this is actually the end point of the front channel, the functional channel, the first half of the microcosmic orbit. Let's take a breath and see if you can visualize the connection of all that energy all the way down the front. Now we would begin on the other half of the microcosmic orbit. There's an equal number of points up the back of the spine as there is going down the front. But for right now, for the purposes of this exercise, let's imagine that the energy has flowed up the top of the back and over the top of the head to the point right on the crown, right at the very top of the head, which is called the Baihui point. In Chinese, this means the point of 100 possibilities, right at the very top. The energy then travels from the Baihui point down over the top through the forehead, the third eye, the Tianmu. And from the Tianmu to the upper palate, right above the lips and teeth, connecting through the tongue, the entire microcosmic orbit. And this is how we circulate qi for martial